All right, we're back with another pick'em video. Going to be talking NBA in this one, strictly no MLB, just because the games were mostly day games. And yeah, I had a rough day yesterday, not only as a Celtics fan, losing to the Heat again, but our boys, Drew Holiday, apparently can't make a basket in this series. We had CJ Abrams, we ended his hot streak, and then Josh Giddey gets a whole lot of garbage time. We're going to do a recap of yesterday's video picks at the end of this one, but we're going to jump right into the page now. Again, like always, really liking these plays. I'm going to break them down, go over hit rates, go over the individual matchups, and then talk some odds as well. Make sure we're getting some good market value. So if you're new around here, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We rip out daily content like this each and every day. You don't always have to take exactly what I take, but hopefully I give you guys some insight on where to maybe start your research or some plays that are popping out to me, and maybe you agree with those. Leave the video a like and comment anything down below. It also just lets YouTube tells them to push this video out a little bit more. All right, so jumping into the board here, we're going to start chronologically. So start with that Cleveland and the Orlando game. And we're in Orlando now. So I'm going to go to Mo Wagner, one of the only guys that has come through for us recently. I'm going to go to his 10.5 points and assist line. I think you could go to his normal points line is 9.5. I guess it's not on PrizePicks right now, but that's also a good play. But really good odds here on the 10.5. And they're going to Orlando. He's been in Cleveland. He's that instigator. He gets the crowd going, whether it's boos, and now at home it should be raining down cheers whenever he gets in someone's face, makes a chippy play, gets a technical, something like that. Hopefully he doesn't get thrown out of this game. But yeah, been loving what I see from Mo Wagner, and he's actually one of the only players that has a positive plus-minus for the Magic in this series, which is difficult because they've lost by a total of like 30 points these past two games, and he's like a +2 over those two games. So not crazy, but most other players are minus 10 plus. But Mo Wagner, again, instigator, should get under some guys' skins, and he loves to shoot the ball when he gets it. And I got the outlier page pulled up for him right here. If you don't know what this tool is, it's one of the best data app tools for sure for sports betting, DFS, anything like that. You can actually try it out for a free week if you want to. It doesn't just have basketball; it's got MLB, football when it's going on, WNBA. It's got a bunch of different sports. And yeah, highly recommend it. Free week. Use my link in the description. Just lets them know that I sent you there, and you can't really beat a free week. So we can see 65% hit rate on the entire year. So again, points and assists is what we're going to. That's crazy right off the bat. And you have to consider his minutes in this matchup. So head-to-head, he's gone against these guys 6 times now, 4 in the regular season, twice now in the playoffs. He's gone over in 4 of 6 games. So Cleveland matchup doesn't, scare me too much. Obviously, they got some big bodies down there with Mobley and with Jared Allen. But Mo Wagner is able to score against him. 12 points in game 2, 10 points in game 1. But you see the minutes increase. He was a positive in the plus-minus department in that first game, went from 13 minutes to 20 minutes in game 2, and again was able to get over there in game 2 for us. Now let's consider the whole season and consider that he's projected to get 18 minutes tonight. Would not be, I'm not expecting him to get 30, but he might get 18 to 20, which we did see in game 2. And when he gets at least 18 minutes, the hit rate on this is absolutely wild. 92% of games in 37 games too. So we got a big sample size. Yeah, been crushing this. And again, Mo Wagner is not some crazy player, but he plays hard. Definitely kind of a playoff type of player. Hasn't seen much playoff experience, but can get under guys' skins, and that's what you kind of need in the playoffs. And he loves to shoot the ball when he gets it. So yeah, not a whole lot of time, but when he gets down low, he's putting that thing up. So crazy hit rate. The head-to-head matchup doesn't scare me too much because he's been able to score against these guys. And he, is able to chip in with an assist or two. Really, all we need is one assist from him for this to be, a positive. If you don't think he's going to get an assist today, go to his 9.5 points would be my recommendation. But it's not just the hit rate. Obviously, it's incredible, which is awesome. It's not just the matchup. We want to look at market value. Are we getting, a good odds, good market value on the play that we're getting? And we can see we are. So this is DG Fantasy. That's exactly what it shows us. It shows us market value, where other books have their lines. And on PrizePicks, we can take advantage of the fixed payout system. So on PrizePicks, there's points and assists, 10.5, and it's 52.34% chance to go over. But they don't care if we take the over or the under. They're going to pay us out the same. Whereas on other sports books like DraftKings, it's a -120, -130 on BetMGM, -127 on Caesars. They'll pay us less money if we take the over than if we take the under because they think it's probably going to go over this line if they had to choose one. So we are getting great market value. I love to see that. So that's Mo Wagner looking good in terms of everything. Hit rate obviously is ridiculous. Matchup doesn't scare me too much. And then the odds on this we're getting are great. So Mo Wagner is going to be our first play of the day. All right, so moving into the next play and the next game, we got the Sixers and the Knicks. Again, now we're moving to Philadelphia, and we're in the first quarter tab for this play. Embiid over 9.5 first quarter points. He's back up to playing 12 minutes, so all 12 minutes in that first quarter, and they can't go down 3-0. Embiid's going to come out aggressive. You could see the disappointment on his face after that crazy ending where they blew it in game 2, and Embiid's going to do everything in his power. He's going to get to the line a bunch of times throughout the game, but in this first quarter, in 12 minutes, Embiid can go out there and score 10 points. So let's go to this outlier page, kind of see the hit rate here. We can see for 2023 as a whole, 69% hit rate. So again, right off the bat, looking really good. Obviously, was dealing with that injury when he came back from injury. Wasn't playing all the minutes in the first quarter, but he is back up to doing so. A lot of these games that he's missing, he's not playing the whole first quarter. And even when he doesn't play the whole first quarter, he's been hitting in some of these games. So incredible hit rate. I'm not going to change the minutes here, but we can actually just look at the head-to-head. We have 2 games to look at for this season, but also this postseason. 15 points in game 1, 12 points in game 2. But he also played these guys earlier in January, and he cleared that this line back then too. So, the matchup, obviously the Knicks have a pretty solid defense, but Embiid, when he puts, his head down and goes to the basket, he's going to flop a lot, but he's going to get to the free throw line. He's going to be able to score. He is one of the, most dominant players in this league, especially in a kind of, must-win scenario here. So really liking Embiid here to come out hot. If you don't like Embiid's first quarter points, or you can't go to his first quarter points, maybe just go to his points in general, because he should have a good game with the Philly crowd, raining down the cheers on him. And you can't look at first quarter points in DG Fantasy for PrizePicks. I guess I don't know, how they grab these plays from PrizePicks. It doesn't show up on here, but we can go to the sportsbook screen on OddsJam. You can check out OddsJam for a free week, like Outlier. Free week, can't beat a free week. Use my link in the description. This sportsbook screen tool is ridiculous, but Fantasy Optimizer tool is also very, very good. But we see, across all these different sports, we see an average odds. That's what the sportsbook screen does for us. And we see it's minus 124.1 to go over, minus 109.5 to go under. So in terms of market value, it is favored to go over. So we're not attacking like a plus money line. We're attacking a line that they're going to say, hey, if you take the over, we're going to pay you out a little bit less, because that's what we're leaning towards as well. So I like Embiid, across all fronts. Again, the hit rate's incredible, specifically against this team in the playoffs. He's been scoring really well, and he'll need to do that in a must-win scenario. And then the odds are liking it as well. So first 2 plays looking really good. Like always, anything can happen, but really, really liking these first 2 guys. All right, so moving back to the normal NBA tab here, going to go to Kyle Lowry. So kind of like we talked about with Mo Wagner, kind of like the bulldog of this team. Someone's got to get gritty with it. He's a veteran. He's done this before, champion. And 19.5 fantasy score for a guy that's going to play 34, 35 minutes seems very, very low. And we'll see that in his hit rate. It does seem low. So 19.5 fantasy score for Lowry. Obviously, these 2 guys are on the same team. I don't think it takes much away. Embiid is going to score. Lowry's not going to go out and score 30 points, but he can chip in with some blocks and steals. Be gritty there and get some assists. Score a few points in there as well. And again, 19.5 fantasy score for a whole game doesn't seem too high. And we'll see 54% hit rate on the entire year. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, we need to look at games that he's playing a lot more minutes, because some of these games he's only getting 16 minutes, whereas the 2 playoff games he's seen 38 and 36 minutes. So I guess we'll jump into those playoff games and see the head-to-head real quick. And we see these played each other, I guess, 5 times this year. Has gone over in 3 of 5, but these are really the 2 that I'm looking at. Again, 38 minutes, 33 minutes in these 2 games, whereas these other games, not getting as many minutes and just missing there. So we can see the whole year. Obviously, the hit rate on the individual matchup specifically for this series is looking really good. But we want to see the whole year. Let's see games he's played at least 30 minutes, let's say. And yeah, 85% of the time he is going over this. He's projected for 34 minutes tonight. So that's even kind of being generous, saying he just needs 30. And the hit rate's incredible here. But again, thinking about the game in general, Lowry's going to play well. He's been a playoff kind of guy. He's won championship. He's won a championship. And he's been there before. He's going to need, some veteran leadership is good for any team. And 19.5 for a guy that's playing 35 minutes, that's too low. You can't look at much market value here, except we do have 2 or 3 data points to look at. Back on DG Fantasy, I forgot to mention, you can get 25% off your first month if you want to check this out. Again, use my link in the description. Lets them know that I sent you there, so I appreciate that. But it's just such a powerful tool. If you don't want to do research, you could come on here, say, hey, I want to make a pick for PrizePicks, and we'll say, here's the best plays on PrizePicks for any sport you want. It's not just NBA. They got all these different leagues. But we can see fantasy score, they're saying take the over. Nothing too crazy, 50.68% chance to hit. That's higher than 50. And why is that? DraftKings has this at 20 fantasy points, and then BetMGM has this at 19.6. Bovada around the same at 19.5. So market value, nothing too crazy to look at, but it's good to see that projection models love this. I don't think I've showed this yet today, but RotoWire projection model, my favorite one out there, 2 days free. Again, link in the description for all these tools. Kyle Lowry right here, we can see fantasy score, 19.5 is where PrizePicks at. They're expecting 24.19. So projections models loving Lowry. And to me, that makes sense. He's going to play a ton of minutes. He's going to be able to get some blocks and steals, probably a block or two, or sorry, a steal or two, and, chip in with some assists, get some points, do the gritty stuff, grab some boards, whatever it might be. So Lowry, 19.5 fantasy score is going to be our third play. All right, then before we jump into our last play of the video, I want to shout out the Discord community. If you're at this point in the video and you're interested in this kind of stuff, I think you have a lot of fun in the Discord community. This is where you get access to all of my slips. But for PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, anything that I play personally, you're going to get in here. That goes for the video picks as well. If I post them in the Discord, I need to record the video, I need to edit it, and I need to upload it, so you're not seeing it for another hour or two after I've already posted them in the Discord. But you also get access to a really fun community. People are always talking props, talking plays, sharing their slips, sharing their ideas. We're really just putting our heads together to try to beat the books, and it's just a fun spot here. So you can think about it. It's $20 a month, $20 of entertainment with a pretty good chance of making some money along the way. And you can also get in here for free if you don't want to, front the money. There's plenty of ways to get into free. You can get a month for PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, or DG Fantasy. They all apply for a month free. The Discord, just DM me, say, hey, use your code, and you can go ahead there and use and enjoy a free month. So you can get up to 6 months free in here. I just want good people in here. If you use my code, kicks back a little my way. So there's no reason I can't give it back to you, via a free month of access to the community. And then why would you get on these other apps? They have 100% deposit matches, so that's awesome in itself. Take advantage of those. But they also have discounts throughout the week, different days for each app, and you want to be able to take advantage. Sometimes just randomly, Underdog, they have discounts popping up right now, actually. Paolo, LeBron, all these guys are discounted plays. PrizePicks has some discounted plays out. Chalkboard always has discounted plays, so that's kind of the incentive to be on multiple things. You don't have to play Underdog every day, but when they have discounts or a free square, you might want to hop on there and take advantage of it. So we'd love to have you. The community just continues to grow. Again, I haven't specifically been on fire lately. We did profit like 2 units yesterday, but we've been profitable in terms of a month, every single month since I started this. So that's a Discord. Get in here. We'd love to have you. All right, so now moving into the last play, I got Austin Reeves. I think he's going to be a popular play today. 13.5 points for Reeves seems pretty low. He's had 2 bad games to start this series off, but he's back home where he plays a little bit better, and he's definitely capable of doing this. Just needs to shoot his normal percentage, and again, he's got that hometown crowd to kind of back him up. So 13.5 points. I was also really looking at his points and assists line at 17.5. That got great odds as well. But I'm just going to go here and say, hey, get some points here. LeBron's played a lot of point guard, so the assists kind of scare me in that department. And Reeves, just score the ball, hit your shots. We can see his outlier page pulled up right here, 67% of the head-to-head matchups. So this is against Denver specifically, dating back to this season he's played well against them, dating back to last playoffs he played well against them after starting off kind of slow. I guess these weren't playoff games, but yeah, playoff games he played well against them. Just hasn't played well recently. 13 points in that game 1, 9 points in game 2. I think he only shot like 30-something% in game 2 as well. But the games he's played them at home has looked really good, so we can actually toggle that on here too. Show only home games, and 5 straight games on the home court against the Nuggets. He's hit this and been really, really good. In terms of 2023 as a whole against everyone, this is a nice 65% hit rate already. So that is also solid. He's able to do this. And then considering he's expected to play 35 minutes, games he's played, at least 30 minutes, 69% hit rate. So everything looking good for him. Again, a team he's played well against in the past, specifically in the playoffs. He just needs to start hitting his shots and get going a little bit. And the Lakers need him to do that to have any sort of chance. And then in terms of the market value we're getting, we are getting actually all of his plays are projected on the over here on PrizePicks. Looks like they're a little bit too low, or just great lines on PrizePicks right now. Steals, points and assists, like I mentioned, points, rebounds, PRA, everything looking good on the over here. But I'm just landing on his points, 52.24% chance to hit. Again, why is that? Pinnacle, one of the sharpest sportsbook out there, has this at minus 144. So very juiced to go over here. And that's pretty consistent across all these different books. Looks like, I don't even know what that is. Bet Online has this at 14.5 already. So really liking Reeves today. Again, I think a lot of people are going to be on him for a good reason. And yeah, I think he can get it done for us. So those are our 4 plays. Quick recap: Joel Embiid over 9. Or sorry, let's start in the bottom. Just talked about Reeves, 13.5 points. We just talked about. I'm not going to go too far into him. Kyle Lowry over 19.5 fantasy points. Bulldog of the team, veteran, has been there before in the playoffs, and they need a win. So hopefully he plays well. Embiid, same thing. Kind of a bulldog of the team in terms of the best player. 9.5 first quarter points. He's been doing it consistently. Plays the entire first quarter, and he needs a win. He needs to bring his team to a win. Mo Wagner, 10.5 points and assists. Kind of comboing that up just because it had really, really good odds and an insane hit rate. But again, he's the instigator. He's at home in Orlando now. Those boos from Cleveland are going to turn to cheers in Orlando whenever he does something stupid, gets a technical, gets in a guy's face, whatever it might be. So those are 4 plays. Again, we've been really, really bad lately. Horrible streak, but these things are bound to turn around. And like always, I'm very confident in these plays, and it's up to you if you want to take them or not based on what I've said here. And then as promised, here is the play. I like to show them on the screen. I don't brush over my losses. Definitely don't brush over my wins. But yeah, cold streak continues. Drew Holiday, Abrams, Josh Giddey, all misses. Nicky Lopez, DNP'd. So reverse sweep on the 3-man. Yikes. Drew Holiday cannot make a basket apparently in this series. Celtics lose by 10 and didn't really do much of anything. Got some steals, got a block in there. But yeah, couldn't get there for us. He should be able to get that in most games. CJ Abrams was on an absolute tear. Loved his pitcher matchup. And of course, we stopped that hot streak for him. And then Giddey goes for 19 points and rebounds. Didn't really need to be in towards the end of the game. Stayed in when some starters got pulled. And he played some garbage time to get over there in the fourth quarter, which sucked. But yeah, 0 for 3. We're going to bounce back soon, and it's going to be awesome. So that's all I got for us today. Again, no MLB. We are attacking some MLB in the Discord. Obviously, I post more plays than just what I give out on YouTube on the Discord. So we're sweating some plays right now. Brian Reynolds hopefully pulls through for us. Ellie De La Cruz and some other guys. But here's the play. I submitted it. We'll go over it tomorrow like I always do. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video and comment anything down below. Again, just tells YouTube to push this video out. You can even roast me for how bad we've been lately. That doesn't bother me at all because when we turn it around, you better be here. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, or if you're in the Discord, I'll see you there. Peace out.